I ask for more life.
Welcome to Beyond the Flesh. Well, welcome back. And if you just now tuning in, welcome. I'm Devout, your host every single time. Every time you come and check in, I'll be here. But we had a few emails from a few friends, or a few strangers, a lot of strangers. So we took upon ourselves to get a good amount of questions for full episodes to answer all these questions. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into it because you've been here before. Well, majority of you been here before, so you already know what this show is about, and we're just gonna, keep giving you this game and keep giving you this coolness, keep you flying, keep you, on your toes. Okay, how did growing up in the hood shape your views on the community? So basically, growing up in the hood shaped my views on the community by it gave me. I take that back. For the fact I grew up in the hood, my views was already set in stone for me. It was already there. When you step outside of the hood, that's when that light bulb click. You realize certain things don't go this way. You realize certain things that you do is not cool, or you shouldn't do that. And it also gives you an identity yourself. Meaning, a lot of people in the hood, they follow older gentlemen, or they follow maybe the guy that sell drugs, or the guy that's good at sports, or the cool guy that got all the women. When growing up, you're forced to either follow that or you become yourself, because you have to find your identity or find your niche. So I would say it shaped my views by showing me the lowest it can get. And then once I stepped outside of those boundaries, I started to see how good things can be. So it gave me a positive, insight versus me it being good. Then I see how it is on the negative side. It's more so on the way is up. Okay, next question. What are some common misconceptions people have about living in the hood? That is cool. Okay, how do the environment? Next question. How do the environment influence your educational and career aspirations? It didn't. It more so. Honestly, me, I wasn't attentive in school. Well, I was at a very young age, but once you get older, you start feeling yourself, and you stop feeling school. And to the young guys, I would say it's best to give 100% in school your whole way through and become something. But anyway, how does it influence my educational and career aspirations? So, growing up, my options were basketball, music, uh, or sell drugs, or go to school and get a job. I chose to, well, when I say basketball, sports. So I chose to do basketball because that was safe to me. Like growing up, I seen people joining gangs and everything. And with all this being said, school wasn't, it wasn't lights around the ideal of school. So it kind of strayed me away from any education or career path because growing up in the hood, you're around a lot of finessers. Now, it's a lot of smart people in the hood, but they use their smartness in a way that only benefits them. And, majority of the kids don't want to go to school. They want to have fun in the hood. So, education is not, there's no influence unless a young lady says she likes smart men. That's the only time we get our act together. Okay, can you discuss the impact of community leaders and role models in your neighborhood growing up? Oh, they teach you how to hustle. They teach you how to hustle. They teach you how to make something out of nothing. Me seeing that impacted me in other routes. So basically, maybe if I was to get a job, I'm trying to be the best at the job because I see guys on the block trying to be the best at what they do. So I know whatever I choose to do, I want to be the best at it, because the top dog always get the shine. They get the women. They have the most money. They have the flyest cars, the flyest house. So whatever profession I choose to dabble in, I try to be the best in it. Due to, you grew up seeing your leaders be flashy in the hood. So, and then you have a few ones that's low key, but they try to tell you to be low key. But when you see the guy over here popping it, then it look more lit over there. But really, the guy that's low key flying under the radar. If you ever watch Scarface, go check it out. That's a great movie. But the guy that fly under the radar lasts the longest. How do you navigate the challenges of peer pressure and exposure to crime in the hood? You learn how to stay out the way. So basically, growing up, a lot of friends, a lot of family died to violence and crime. People you don't know, you see it on the news every day. So I would say it teach you how to move. Like, again, like I just told you, you fly under the radar, you last the longest. The guys that's trying to be on the stage all the time, you draw the attention, maybe from the cops, from robbers, from just unwanted attention. Well, it's wanted attention, but unwanted company. What is the biggest challenges and opportunities you face growing up in such an environment? The biggest challenges and opportunities I face, I would say, not following the biggest challenges I had was not following the crowd and trusting my own intuition. Meaning, everybody may be on this wave, or everybody may want to go do this, or the group you with may want to go kick a dough. Me saying no is the reason I'm still here today, or me following my own path is I'm still here today. And to most, when you get older, being that guy that's quiet, or people want to know what's on your mind, it makes you more appealing. It makes you more stunning. It makes you more capturing to the eye. So I would say it really wasn't no challenge. It was more so, this is the only way. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to kick a dough. I don't want to shoot nobody. I don't even want to fight. I will, but this why we got to do all that is get this money on. Okay, how has the sense of identity and culture in the hood influenced your personal identity? Um, for the fact that the hood is so glorified, it makes you cool in a way. However, it's more so survival tactics. Survival tactics, meaning I may be in an environment and me on alert may look cool to people, but it's a reason I'm on alert. Like, things can happen at any time. Um, the way I dress, you got to think, people in the hood, we spend our money on clothes. Majority of us do, and we want to look good. We want to look fly. We want to look apart. We want to look like that ideal person that we want to be, or whoever we look up to. That's it. Just affected how I dress, and also I would say this, in the hood, when a fight was brought to you, you had to fight. So it made me a man. I would say that. What role did local institutions like schools and churches play in your life and the community? Um, Schools, coaches, and teachers, they was cool. I learned a lot. Even my basketball coach, the same drills he taught me, I teach the other kids. As far as school, if you watch the movie, I forgot the name of the movie, but the name of the character was Catalina. And the dude said, if you want to do this, if you want to be this hitman or hit woman, you have to know school, because if you're a dummy, you'll get caught so easily. So I would say, bump all that. The The institution that influenced me the most was jail, meaning I don't want to go, so I'm gonna do right. Bump all that. I ain't need school to know that. I just needed to hear my friends that went to jail come back or family come back and say, "Hey, boy, that ain't the place you want to go." Instead of me going in there and trying to figure out, I'm gonna take your advice, my boy. Okay. What role? I asked. How have you seen gentrification impact your childhood, neighborhood, and what are your thoughts on it? Um, I'm all for it. I'm also all for my people holding on to their homes. And if people calling you about your homes, that might mean they're about to um, build on the neighborhood or make the neighborhood more welcoming, more expensive because they're gonna drive up the prices if they're adding certain things into your neighborhood. I think that's that adds property value or just value to the whole real estate game. Um, that's all I would say. I'm all for it because I like all kinds of people. So for me to see a different race walking down the street where I grew up, where you would see not one, kind of it's shocking, but I don't pay that no mind because I'm not even there. I'm not there, so I can't really speak on that. Looking back, what would you say are the most valuable lessons you've learned from growing up in the hood? The most valuable lessons I've learned, I would say, trust your instincts. If something's telling you to you need to leave, leave. Um, Also, women, choose put yourself first, but make sure you know that a woman can be a woman, and a lot of times that woman is that if that lady is not yours. But if she is yours, treat her right. But I would say, as far as that, be your own self. Like if you be your own self, it'll work out fine. It'll turn out good. All right, next category of questions is based upon brotherhood and manhood. How do you define manhood and what qualities do you associate with being a man in today's society? Taking care of business. I would say no matter what, get the job done. No matter how you feel, no matter what just happened, no matter who passed, no matter what's going on, get the job done and provide for your family. What roles do brotherhood play in your personal development and sense of identity? Brotherhood. I have a good amount of brothers, as in friends, that we call each other brothers. They keep me going. I keep them going. When I'm down, they pick me up. When they down, I try my best to be there to pick them up. I feel like it's needed because, like, a lot of people in this world don't have anybody. So I would say develop a circle, whether it's females in your circle or brothers or sisters or brothers. I would say develop some type of circle that when you talking bad in here, like when you doubting yourself in here, you got those people around that'll pick you back up and help you go attack whatever goal you have or just get to it. Um, what role does brotherhood play in your personal development and sense of identity? Growing up, I had a lot of cool brothers. I had a lot of cool people I've encountered. So I would say it shaped me because some brothers, I rarely did it, but sometimes we shared clothes. So at a time when I didn't have the nicest clothes, I had brothers to look out, give me a shirt. Of course I gave it back, but they helped me look apart. They helped my confidence. Some helped me realize who I was or who I mean because again I'm me, so I'm not hearing what's being said around about me. So and luckily I hear good things. So my brothers pick me up, and whenever I'm doubting myself, they like you don't know who you is. You need people like that. So as in my personal development and sense of identity, um, my brothers help mold me, and majority of them funny. So I get my sense of humor from. You have to come back with them jokes when they on your ass. Yeah, it can get deadly. You might want to cry, you can't cry because they on your ass. They that funny. But leave them alone. But yeah. So next question: how have your relationships with male friends or siblings shaped your understanding of loyalty and support? I would say it taught me how to read it, who's really loyal or not, because you have brothers that you think that's loyal when things are good, but when things are bad, you really see who they are, and you see the signs. You start pick up on the signs of the fake kickers or the fake smiles or the fake handshakes or the fake daps. So you want to avoid those, or you want to keep them at a distance. And as far as loyalty, you stick with the ones that been there from the jump. A lot of people get around a new circle, and they try to. I don't know, cause I'm not that, but I would say the guys that been there, the guys that was there when you was dirty, those are day ones. And then again, also some newcomers that come along, they can be your day ones too, cause some of them you may run into them and it may feel like you all been knew each other for years, or y'all been cool for years. Them the ones you know they twos, but they feel like they ones, and them the ones that you want to embrace for real, because sometimes them day twos be there more consistent, and it's just, yeah, more consistent than the day ones. Can you discuss a time when the support of your brothers or male friends helps you through a difficult situation? Uh, yeah. You know how y'all experience breakups? My brothers be like, fuck that bitch. But, yeah. But anyway, I would say also, okay, a situation, right? Situation. I say, put it like this, right? Right now, I'm in the stage of I want to do things the right way. I want to, you know, go about things without getting fake documents, or just have things mapped out where my business pay my bit. I put everything into the business, and then the business pay anybody and myself, type of thing. So it's like I want to start over. I want to I want to downgrade, because a lot of times we do stuff to keep up with the Joneses, not knowing that you don't need all that. It, the whole goal is to get the money. So why is we getting the money to spend it and to disperse it every which way when we need to keep it? All right. Next question: how do cultural and societal expectations influence your perception and practice of manhood? As far as my perception, it doesn't, because I'm not gonna let society tell me how to be a man, because there's so many opinions out there that have discombobulated. So I would say you five find five male figures that are men, like all the way around the board. Maybe God fearing, they a husband, top of their career, um, they treat people well, and maybe they just a good person to you, or just you aspire to be the ideal person that they are. So I would say find you five strong role models, and you write down their pros and their cons, and all the pros you adapt those pros and those cons. You make sure you don't you make sure you're not the cons. You're not on the side of the cons. Like all their cons, which would be flaws, make sure you're flawless. Okay. Um, in what ways can men better support each other in healthy emotional and mental well-being? Be there for one another. Talk to each other. Don't be scared to, tell your brother what's going on, or just don't tell too much or cry too much. But I'll say, and then that's wrong to say. But again, as a man, like we can't base our how we go about life off emotions. Because if you do, you can destroy something or destroy yourself or have a real meltdown. So I would say talk to the ones you can talk to. However, know that the job still has to get done as a man. Because guess what? While you pouting and while you feel me, you down and sad, the world's still going. So when things have to get done, and the things that has to get done benefits you and take you wherever you need to go. So for the fact that you right now you taking this time to be down, that's time you taking away to accomplish your goal. All right, what challenges do you see facing young men today in forming meaningful brotherly relationships? Y'all hating, y'all, and then you hate each other. You don't know how to love each other. Also, you expect your brother to be a you to you when you need to look at him, his character flaws and everything, his personnel, and judge him off that. Don't even judge him. But if that's your friend, that you accept that. Or if you don't accept that, don't be around that. Simple as that. All right, next set of questions is based on perseverance. Man, my lid don't sleep. But anyway, what does perseverance mean to you, and how has it played a role in your life? You got to get through whatever you go through, basically. And perseverance means when it hurt, when it's hard, when it's tough, when you don't want to go no more, when you don't see the end, or when you don't see a way to push through it with a fucking smile on your face, with your chest out, head up, and whatever you set out to do, you make sure it get done. And I would say this for perseverance. My mentor, my engineer, my brother, my friend, a great guy, Guap, he always told me basically, I forgot what he told me. But anyway, this is what he told me. Basically, you would, as a man, right? If you don't get it done, who gonna get it done? Also, if you sad, if you for whatever reason, like, cause I don't get it, because like a lot of this stuff we don't be, as far as perseverance, like as far as stepping stones and everything, time. If you put the time in, you know, if you put the time in, I would say don't waste the time. Wasting time is putting your head down, and what good does crying do for me? Nothing. What good does talking about it do? Nothing. Because guess what? I will feel better after I accomplish my goals. If my goal was to get 500K in the account, I've getting that 500K is gonna lift you up. If my goal is to get this a beautiful significant other, that loves me and that's loyal. Getting that woman will definitely lift your spirits up. So it's like, why is we keeping ourselves down? I forgot what Guap told me. I'm pretty sure he don't even want me to tell you. But anyway, next question. Can you share a story where perseverance helped you overcome a significant challenge? I would say, let's take it to school. All right, in school, I wasn't a good test taker, and I knew that. So when it was time to come take tests, I would I would trip out and kind of like, I wouldn't trip out, but I would just put anything in and keep it moving so I can get out of class early or out of the whatever, or I can just be done and put my head down. But I would say it came back and bit me in the ass when it was time to graduate, because I did that on the little whatever final test you had to take. And keep in mind, I'm very intelligent, but just I didn't care. Like uh, Foles said it earlier, when you got some money in your pocket, got your girlfriend, a car, and you'll whether you're cool or you're not. Like when you're a kid, you think you know it all when you really don't, or you think the things that you're doing right now won't affect you later, or you feel like it is fun, or it makes you look lit, when in reality you're hurting yourself. So I would say perseverance is, I had to get in them books for real. I had to cram in a short period of time and actually sit down and take a test when I probably haven't took a test series that whole year, because usually I'm very attentive in class, so I kind of be knowing what I be knowing. So when I know, but when you give me a long test, I don't feel like going through all them questions. And me, I'm very, my ego, my pride. It ain't even my pride or my ego. It's more so I don't feel like it. If I don't feel like it, I'm not gonna do it. But I have changed. Now, perseverance, being a man, is doing something even when you don't feel like it. How do you stay motivated when you face repeated setbacks? You keep going. You don't fail until you stop. What strategies do you find most effective in maintaining focus and determination over long periods? What strategies? Honestly, you in focus and determination over a long period of time. Honestly, I would say you gotta be in your own head. When you doubt yourself, you gotta kind of reverse that thinking. When you tell yourself, I'm tired, or like this ain't working, you gotta have an agreement, a signed contract with yourself saying this is gonna work as long as I keep going. And then as long as you keep going, you gotta hold your head up high, knowing that it's gonna land you somewhere. And as long as you land somewhere, you good. So I would say, because when you, let's say, because if you land somewhere, then that may take you another place. For instance, let's say, like money. So let's say my goal is to get 20,000, right? What I need to do is set my aim very high. I need to say my goal is to get 100K. Because if I fall anywhere short between 20K and 100K, me aiming for 100K, I may get way more than 20K. However, my whole goal was originally 20K, but for the fact I aimed big, it landed me somewhere where I never expected to be. Or even just because I get big, I may get very close to 20. Like, I may have a you know, I may have a pattern of, you feel me? Like, I set a goal and I fall halfway short. Now, if you fall halfway short from 100K, that's 50K. You still over 20K. So aim big, my brother. All right. That boy done sat back down. Done left me. It's cool though. Alright. Alright, in what ways has perseverance contributed to your personal and professional successes? Not taking no for an answer at all. Because if somebody say no, if one person say no, I'm pretty sure you ask 100 more people, somebody's gonna say yeah. Also, history has proven itself that when you don't give up, you can get wherever you want to be. So look at history. What historical public figure do you admire for their perseverance, and what can we learn from their story? Michael Jordan. But he got cut from his high school and he became, the best player possibly ever in the NBA. Or was it college? It was high school or college. Don't quote me. But he got cut from one of those, and I'm pretty sure that was like sorry ass nigga or something like that. And he had to go and practice. So kids, also James Harden, he was very slow and it wasn't looking good for him at an early stage of his basketball career. But after he wrote that note on his mom refrigerator saying like I'm gonna take care of you and all that, like that's the type of man shit I like to hear. As in you saying you gonna do something, you do it. So any public figure that stand on those principles, like my word is bond, I look up to those guys. All right, now to the fun stuff. Relationships. How can I communicate my needs effectively without feeling selfish? Fuck you feeling selfish for? Like, if you have a partner, then it shouldn't be no selfish. Y'all should be together. It should be a team. So if you can't talk to your partner, that ain't your partner. Like if you're female and your man can't talk to you, then baby, like you need to leave him and he need to leave himself because he the man. But as a woman, you should just trust your man to accept whatever you say and adapt to whatever you say. Like as a man, we need our women to feel we want our women to feel comfortable. So if you can't talk to your man or if a man can't talk to his woman, then y'all need to break up. Okay, what are some signs of a healthy relationship that I should look for? Don't look because what looks healthy on the outside may not be healthy on the inside. So don't look. You just work out your whole little relationship with just y'all two. Yeah, you can have some people that you go model your whole thing off, but if you look forward and sometimes if you look backwards, a lot of these folks, Will and Jada, but it don't turn out. It's not what it seems. So I would say you work that out between you and your partner. Y'all try to figure out what's healthy for you all because you got swingers. You got people that's not swingers. You got some folks that may say, hey, my girl, you can go do whatever you do as long as you come home. Like, long as, whatever the case may be, or don't bring them back home, however it may be. So I would say, don't look. Close your eyes. How do you rebuild trust in a relationship after it's been broken? You don't. I would say you don't rebuild trust. Trust is just trust. Like you either trust a person or you don't. So if you gotta rebuild it, that means the trust, the fuck, nah. Because the thing is, if I have to rebuild trust, it's too much work. I rather I'd rather you just do the right thing. I trust you to do the right thing in the first time. If you can't get it right the first time, then I'm finna do what I do. So ain't no rebuild. Don't rebuild. What are effective ways to resolve conflicts without escalating them? Walk away. Keep in mind, I'm not politically correct on a lot of this stuff. This is how I think. You got a problem with it? Send your response in and I'll read it on here. Okay. How can I maintain my identity and independence while being in a committed relationship? Uh, you're supposed to be yourself in a way. You're supposed to independence. You're no longer independent. You're in a committed relationship. So independence. First of all, it should be a team. So as far as your independence is doing your part. So as long as you're doing your part, your relationship will work. And again, you have to communicate effectively and correctly and whether the other person understand it to understand what's expected of them for them to do their part. Okay. What are the most common communication mistakes couples make and how can they be avoided? Um I would say trusting, but I'm not gonna go there. I would say, oh, common communication is y'all try to tell the person what the other person want to hear instead of being real. So I would say just be real. Okay, how do I deal with jealousy in a relationship? Mm, you look the other way because you're gonna get jealous if you really love your person. Like if you see another man talking to your woman and she looking like he giggling, just look the other way. As long as she come home to you, you good. But if she be out too long or if anything change up and she start being mean, just know homie she was giggling with, he done tapped that. Yeah. Okay. What are some strategies to keep the relationship feeling fresh and exciting over time? Sex, sex, sex in different places, in different area codes. Also travel. Um, Continue to talk and learn each other. Sometimes start over, like not literally start over, but give each other a fresh start. And also try to put each other on to different things and continue to learn different things with each other. And sometimes, like you watch a movie, you may see it one way and then you may catch something new the second time you see it. Try to catch something the second time you see it, something new that'll light your eyes back up. Like, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't see this, like just to keep your interest if you lose interest quick. What role does vulnerability play in strengthening a relationship? Um, to accept crucial, you know, to be able to be corrected when you may feel like you was right or you may feel like you don't need to change, to break yourself down enough to where you can change for the better of the relationship. How can I support my partner during difficult times without sacrificing my own well-being? Uh, I guess that got to do with money. So I would say, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it, my boy. So just say you ain't got it. But as far as anything else, we ain't dying for nobody unless y'all married. But other than that, fuck you sacrificing yourself for. Okay, what are the red flags that might indicate a relationship is becoming unhealthy or abusive? If you're a woman, if your dude is acting like P Diddy, uh, then that's abusive and unhealthy. As a man, if your woman is acting like Jada Pickett Smith, that is extremely unhealthy. So look for the total opposite of those two. And you have other examples out there, but we ain't gotta say their name. I ain't even mean to say the last two people name, but they just red table talk. Um, how can we maintain intimacy in our relationship as we grow older? Stay looking fresh for your partner, as in like stay working out, stay giving compliments, stay becoming more, stay growing and continue to grow into the ideal person of yourself, and also reinvent that person from time to time. That's what I would say as we grow older, because again, you may become that ideal person as time to become a better person or find another identity to become better than the person you were yesterday. What are the keys to balancing career and relationship in a committed relationship? To balance a career and a committed relationship. They worded that wrong. I would say, as a man, bro, you gotta go after your goals. But and then as women nowadays, they have goals as well. That sometimes your woman may be the breadwinner, and the dude may get bread too. But it's like I feel like finance is a very important part of a relationship, because I'm pretty sure if a dude damn near about to be put out and a girl is staying with him, she's gonna look for the dude that's more stable. Or she may turn her head every now and then to the dude that's more stable, or they may got something going on, they got some motion. So I would say, as long as you chase the money, you won't lose. You may lose a female, but you're damn sure get another one. So we ain't gonna trip about the one we lost, because if she love her them nice purses you buying, nice shoes, she like this roof over her head, you know, and you come home, you talk to her, you do everything you supposed to do. Is just maybe you don't have the time. Then I feel like she need to get off her ass, and vice versa. Because if you got too much time on your hands, unless you got kids, of course give your kids your time. But it's like we out here living. We trying to live, and we got goals, and guess what? Once you stop chasing your goals, that's when you die. Maybe not physically, but that's when, life don't feel like life anymore. How can I tell if my relationship is just going through a rough patch or if it's something more serious? Talk to your partner, and then if you feel like they lying, they lying. Or if you feel like you may need to give it another shot, just trust yourself. I would say if it's a rough patch, give yourself some space. Let them go see what it's like out there, and you go see what it's like out there. If you like it out there, y'all stay out there. If you feel like out there ain't for you, y'all come back and figure it out. All right. How can couples ensure they grow together rather than apart? You can't, because somebody can wake up the next day and their mind done changed about what they want to be, who they like, what type of person they like whether they want a wife or whether they want to be a player. Like, people's minds can change, so nothing is a sure thing. And as long as you know that, you'll be happy, because if it's once it in, you knew it's a possibility that it may not last forever. So even though it may hurt, but you, as a man, you'll be able to keep going and persevere. As a female, you won't be as hurt. The hell you got going on, man?
Somebody call me?
I don't know. I ain't said it. Anyway, what advice would you give for managing relationship expectations? You make your own expectations as far as, so the ideal person that you want to have, you set expectations before you meet them, and then you pick your partner based off your expectations. So if a person doing something you don't like or that you don't want in, you know, if they have some flaws that you don't approve of, then you don't mess with that person. You more so mess with a person that meets your expectations. That simple. Stop messing with anybody. What are some effective ways to discuss future plans and commitments with your partner? Talk about it. Tell them your plans, and they tell you their plans, and then y'all figure it out. How can you rebuild a relationship after infidelity? If you're going to stay in that relationship, you go cheat and then come back. And then if you're not going to stay in that relationship, just leave. Boom. Perfect. Okay. Questions for women. Sex ed. What are the best ways to communicate what I want in bed to my partner? Tell them. How can I tell if I'm sexually compatible with my partner? If you get wet. How can I overcome feelings of or aroused, or however it works for you? You may not can get wet. Never know. You got the little uh the liquid stuff. You know what I'm talking about, that you can put in there and it'll be wet. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Or some type of, I forgot. But how can I maintain? I skip one. How can I overcome feelings of self-consciousness during sex? Take your clothes off, and if he make any face, you walk up out of that motherfucker like the bad bitch you is. But anyway, you shouldn't be self-conscious, because guess what? Apparently he likes something about you. Y'all in that predicament. Like, he like you the way you are, and I understand, like, if changes has happened, like because of maybe childbirth or anything, I would say somebody gonna love you for you. So for the fact you know that, you need to walk around that motherfucker house like the stallion you are. Okay, how can I maintain a healthy sex life after having children? Um, you wait a little bit, let that hole close a little bit more, and then shit. Once that shit close a little bit more, you good. Like you good to go. But I would say start working out. Cause if you have that baby weight on you, you lose that. So you look like the same woman that he was with before the baby, or some. And then a lot of men like weight, like that weight. And then we also understand. You got to think you're if you had a child by us, you're the mother of our kids. So there's already an attachment there. But keep having sex. Like, just don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Okay. How can I negotiate sexual boundaries and consent clearly and effectively? I'm gonna tell you how. You know how y'all be like, stop, and you mean go or keep going, or you mean like just stop saying stop and no, and you mean the opposite. Say what you mean, and also have an adult conversation. Like it can be playful. It can be just make sure the other person got the point of like your boundaries and what you like and don't like, and also if you need to like if there's a time where a person need to consent before they touch you every single time and that's your partner, you probably just don't like that person. You probably need to find somebody else. And if somebody's making you ask to touch them, that's a problem. Like if y'all together, then y'all together. Like you should be able to grab your man's shit under the table at any time, or you should be able to say, "Hey, baby, let's go to the restaurant real quick." Or if we had a park around school, hey, let's go to this back alley. I'm just, but yeah. So I feel like you're all in or you're not. All right. 6 8 questions for men because I can't answer too much for women because I'm not a female. Okay. Last little stretch. What are the most effective ways to improve sexual stamina? Again, my answers probably are not gonna be what you expect, but I would say jack your dick. Don't touch the head, touch the body of it. And try not to nut quick. Also, they got sex pills for that. Shout out Blue Chew. Shout out Viagra. Shout out Rhino. Shout out Honey. And there's some other stuff. I haven't really. That's all I heard about. And I ain't gonna cap you down. I ain't took none. Never tried none. There has been times that I should have, but I want to try the Rhino. I do. I just want to beat a girl back in and just be up all night and make this bitch look at me crazy, and then the next look at me crazy days in a row, and she just think about it days in a row. I'm just trying to beat a bitch back out. That's it. Trying to dislocate some shit in there. Ovary buster. Okay. Next question. How can I better understand and meet my partner's sexual need? You ask them, you dumb fuck. Okay, sorry. This is just, you ask them. What are some common causes of erectile dysfunction in younger men? Start messing with women that you start messing with women where when they walk your way or they talk to you, your shit start jumping. Honestly, cause if you try to mess with the ones where when they talk to you, you may be a little scared of them or you're excited, whatever, and your shit go in rather than out. Don't fuck her. Don't fuck her. Okay. What can anxiety affect? How can anxiety affect sexual performance, and what can I do about it? I have real bad anxiety. So what I've learned to do is you put it in there, you let it sit in there and get used to it in there. Then you start doing what you want to do. Because if you get in there and start doing what you want to do and not let him get used to the environment, he going to start doing what he want to do and he going to spit up. You dig what I'm saying? How does pornography consumption impact real life sexual experiences? It make that motherfucker lit. Like you learn different moves. Um, shit. Some of y'all don't know how to talk during sex, so it may teach you how to talk to a woman in sex. I wouldn't talk how they would talk, but um, some of y'all, some girls like that. Some girls like a fantasy and they watch the same porn you watch, and that becomes their fantasy. Because you just gotta try different locations outside of the bedroom or the couch or the kitchen or the bathroom or the dining room or the sunroom or the balcony or the hotel or outside. You gotta try different places, or the car. The car is when you're a teenager, but try different places. Okay. What steps can I take to prevent premature ejaculation? I told you, let it sit in there and let it simmer. And once it simmer, it's good to go. And she can eat it. Are there any exercises or techniques that can enhance sexual pleasure for my partner? For your partner, foreplay, eat it. As far as exercises, matter of fact, you be catching cramps, right? So get your ass in shape. Go run. Go work on your legs. Go work on your hips. Like it's a thing you can lay on your back and do that. Do that. As far as I don't know. I guess women do squats and stuff like that. But for men, you exercise your shit. That's what you do. I told you, leave the head alone, because you touch the head, it's gonna make you come too quick, and you don't want to do that. I'm just telling you how, because your shit is a muscle, and it's muscle memory. Muscle memory is a thing. So you teach your shit how to go long, so you can go long. And then I just found it out. You feel me? I just taught myself that. So you heard it here first, guys. Well, how can I communicate more effectively about sex with my partner? Y'all don't talk out here. Like nobody talk. But you touch them on the leg gently and say, "Hey, baby, I want to experience this, or I don't like this," or you put that little sexy voice on and you just talk to them. It's so simple. And guess what? If they don't understand, it's somebody out there that will understand. I promise you. Okay, what are the health benefits and risks of frequent masturbation? I just told you, if you do it right, you can go long. If you do it wrong, you can go short. Also, they say, I don't know, I'm a little different. Like, when you find a woman that you love or you like very, very much, something in you, your first instinct would be like if another woman approach you, it'd be like, oh no, like, you just follow that first instinct. You don't set yourself up. So, as far as watching porn, a lot of people watch porn. Like, women watch porn. We can't keep addressing this porn issue like men are the only one that watch porn and it's making us go conquer many women. These women conquering just as many men as men conquering women. Like, nowadays, women are the new men, that how men used to be back in the day. Now y'all men act like women and let's talk about emotions and let's share our emotions. We should talk about it more. Or she cheated and when you cheat, she took it like a champ. So you take that shit like a champ too. But as far as pornography, watch it with your partner. If she don't watch it, you don't watch it. If she watch it, you watch it. Just that simple. Like, you don't need it. It's also it is time consuming. Like, you gotta find it. You gotta prep yourself. Some of you do. So it's time. It takes away a lot of time from you getting to a goal. It does do that. But other than that, it may be some positions you may want to try. So if you haven't tried watching it, watch it. If you watch it too much, stop watching it. That simple. What are the health benefits and risks of? I said that. How can diet and exercise influence my sexual health? If you have a good diet, from what I heard, women love the taste of your semen. Um, as far as exercise, I guess I don't know if it helps with stamina because it's some I don't think working out helps with stamina as far as like whether a person is fat or small or skinny or muscular. I don't think all that, because I think your private muscle is its own entity. Like that just goes. I think that has something to do with the mind. So I would say get your mental right, because when you put your game face on, I'm gonna tear that. I'm gonna tear it up, and you feel it. You feel it in your spirit. Hey man, we got flies in this motherfucker. Gotta leave them doors closed. But yeah, we on camera with it. Anyway, yeah. So I would say you ain't gotta do all the heavy lifting, my brother. I would say more so get your mind right. Yeah, get your mind right. What are some myths about male sexuality that need clarification? Um, we don't pick our penises. So whatever you get, you get. And just make sure you clear on that. Clarification. What should I know about maintaining sexual health as I age? Don't have sex with everybody. As in say no a few times. Um make sure like before you head into a game, make sure you practice. How can I overcome body image issues that affect my sexual confidence? Um, I would say again, unless he haven't seen your body before, wear a shirt. And if you're a dude, just wear a shirt. Pull you drop your pants, leave it like keep your shoes on, let it like hang on your shoes so she'll see too much. And just have sex like that if you ain't confident in how your body look. And as a woman, I ain't gonna count. Sometimes all that shit look good, and it's a lot of shit that look nasty. But again, it's somebody out there that's gonna like it. Um, what are the key factors in maintaining a healthy and satisfying sex life? Maintaining a healthy and satisfying sex life. Have sex. But I would say the key factors is be spontaneous. Um, Sometimes if you're doing it so often, take a break. That way you'll miss each other. Um, Also, listen to your partner. If you listen, sometimes they'll tell you. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this. Me, I don't really talk, right? So I more so listen to the person's body. I if you're doing oral, like to a female, and I'm guessing it'd be the same for women. I don't know, but pause. Um, I would say you keep your eyes open and you see what the body doing. So if a woman like it, her body will tell you. It'll do some type of move, or she'll make some type of noise. And then if you get that up out of her, you stay there and you lock in. And no matter how hurt your tongue and tired your tongue may be, you keep going until she finishes. That way, if you do come quick for the ones that don't have stamina, like at least you came. Because of course you got yours. Both y'all got 1 and 1. So life ain't fair, but life be fair. So but outside of that, listen to the body, listen to what they say. Don't try to beat it up every time. Like some women like to be made love to. Also, women, I would say sometimes you be the aggressor, or role play without us planning, or us asking. The same for you men. Like just do different shit, man. Okay. How can I explore new sexual desires with my partner safely and respectfully? Um, it depends on what your desires are. I would say use protection, of course, but I would say go for it. Like I say, don't think about it, of course, but don't think about safely and respectfully. I would say go in there, go in there optimistic, thinking positive. So I would say, you know, have a just go in there knowing that everything's gonna be all right, and then long as you have a long as you manifest it in a positive way, you should be all right. But I ain't gonna cap, if you have bad luck, don't do that shit. What are the common misconceptions about male sexual performance? Um, the most common misconception about male sexual performance. I can't speak for the men, but I would say I can't get right back up here after every time. Like sometimes I get right back up, but not every time. But outside of that, I don't know. How can I support a partner who has experienced sexual trauma? I ain't gonna cap. The ones with the sexual trauma be the freakiest. So and they cause trauma to others. But the ones that are more so shy and shelled, you just gotta have a trust there, and they'll come out that shell. But you gotta take your time, be gentle, and let them dictate where things go or how things gonna be done or how fast quickly you all move and things like that. Um, but that's the last question. So I would say thank you all for tuning in again today. You know, I'm just answering these questions because I was more so overzealous. Nah, that's over exaggerating. I was excited to see, some response for the little work we've been putting in. We just getting this off the ground. We just starting, and to see how people are interacting with us and how you know I get a lot of compliments about this whole thing, and I just like to say I appreciate all y'all. And again, these answers are just they ain't gonna be what you want to hear. They ain't gonna be what you thought you may would have heard. But if you talk to me long enough, you know how I respond to questions. And I ain't even really get crazy. This is just the first time I'm answering questions. I'm just trying to do it in the best way possible because I can get out of hand. Um, but with that being said, beyond the flesh, and yeah, the cameraman walked away, so I gotta keep talking to y'all till he come back. But oh, by the way, okay, more episodes on the way. I'm finna drop a few songs, uh, and we're gonna do something special with that. We're gonna put that together. Um, Also, back coaching. So shout out the Huskies and Elevate. Shout out Mount Vernon. All the schools those kids go to. Uh, really cut all that because I forgot about the questions I just answered. In my response to them, I'll do that. I'll shout y'all out on a different episode. Y'all may not want to be on this one. Um, he just left me, man. So camera can't cut off. Well, nobody's there to cut it off. So we just gonna keep rolling. Like that boy Curtis Snow say. No matter what, keep that camera rolling. You need to hurry him come back though, cause I got some shit I gotta do. I gotta be somewhere. Damn, it's 3 o'clock. That about right. And he got some shit he gotta do. I don't know what the hell he doing. But yeah. Got any questions? Send it. Devout World is my IG. I ain't doing the email because I had put my personal email in, and I can't even get to my personal stuff. because it was about 2 questions in there. There's about 2 questions in there. But we had took that and said, hey, let's do something, answering questions. We're gonna try it again, but today was just the first time, me acting like I care what y'all have to say or the questions y'all. I'm just playing. I do care. All right, you back? All right, we done. We good to go, my brother. See y'all next episode. Yes, sir. Be on the flesh.